Welcome to a very special NAIDOC Assembly. We'll begin. I'll ask Peter, the assist, to come up and begin proceedings.
That first dance is called the spirit dance. This dance is performed at the start to cleanse the area by warding away the bad spirits and welcoming in the good spirits. This ceremonial dance is over thousands of years old and has been passed down for generations. This next performance is called the honeybee dance. This portrays some of the events that happened during the European settlement, this dance being only one of them, the introduction of new species, such as cattle, foxes, rabbits, sheep, and the European bee. If you've ever been stung by a bee before and noticed it hurt quite a lot, that's because you've probably been stung by a European bee, whereas a native Australian bee doesn't have much of a sting at all. So when Aboriginal people went out hunting and came across a hive, they tried to get the honey out and realised they'd start getting stung, not aware that this new bee had a nasty sting. This closing dance is Kangaroo and Emu dance, or Yonga and Wage dance. We do this dance to pay respect to our natural food sources and to pay respect to the Budja land. Thank you.
Can we put our hands together for our student performers? A special acknowledgement to Peter DSS for choreographing the entire performance. Mr. Greg Ugle, Noongar Elder, will now do the Welcome to Country.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Greg Ugle. I'm a Noongar man in Wajak country. And the reason why I say that is Wajak is our language. Our people are Noongars. So welcome here, and thank you for the welcome. Them young fellas here, all my governors, grandchildren of parents that are out here now today, they Murich dance. Murich is good. Murich dances. I've got a Murich granddaughter in the pack there, and thanks to the school, I came to see her and to see you guys. So welcome to the Wajak Noongar land Budja. On this land, you have chosen to learn and to educate yourselves. This school, from what I've seen on your Facebook, has some fantastic courses. And normally I speak about our culture, the Noongar culture. But today I want to recognise your culture, the way you're bringing education to my grannies, to my grandchildren, and their efforts to be involved in this school. Your strength is in their strengths. You've got a wonderful curriculum that I've seen on Facebook. You've got 2 blinking aeroplanes. I don't know where another school has aeroplanes. And you're going to have courses next month or September this year. Fantastic. These are the sort of initiatives that my Noongar children will be able to possibly take part in. Hopefully one of them will be a pilot. Sporting events. The sporting complex on this land that you've built here is fantastic. Kids there's a football thing here. I used to go to school in the goldfields. We had one oval because the water was very scarce up there. Here, you've got grass everywhere, you run everywhere, you've got all sorts of sports. Fantastic that this site, many years ago, before Governor Sterling and all the early explorers came, was hunting grounds for our Noongar people. Camping grounds were towards the Swan River. This side of the Swan was hunting grounds because it was dry, plain land. Swamp was all in the Perth metro area. It was all swamplands. But this school has always been an encouragement, because my granddaughter comes home every time I talks about it. We had 3 children that come through this school, and you've taught them well. And I think one of your slogans is respect. So thank you to the school for that, for respecting our Noongar culture, for respecting our Aboriginal ways, and recognising that we are here. And today we celebrate the beginning of NAIDOC week, next week. A lot of things going on. So on the land that we call Wajak, my past, present and emerging elders, on whose land we are meeting in today, I say thank you, and may you guys grow into our leaders, because schools is where it starts. And you've carried on a tradition that's over 60,000 years old, which is learning and teaching. And thank you. Welcome to Wajak Noongar Wujak. Thank you.
Could you please show our appreciation to Mr. Ugle? Good morning, honoured guests. Mr. Greg Ugle, Noongar Elder, Miss Lisa Bennett, Follow the Dream Coordinator, Mr. Michael Goss, Ken Street Clontarf Director, Acting Principal, Mr. Phil Holbert, Deputy Principals, Mr. Craig Lynch, Miss Helena Reichel and Mr. Tim Dowd, Mrs. Marilyn Harvey, Manager of Corporate Services, Mr. Guy Kirkwood, Co-Chair of the Aboriginal Education Working Party, Ms. Stacey Tyler and Rebecca Salenza, Follow the Dream Tutor, staff, students, parents and caregivers. Welcome to Ken Street Senior High School's 2023 NAIDOC Day Assembly. Kaya Wanji, Nala Kadat Noongar Kan Kadak Nijapuja. Hello, welcome. I acknowledge the Noongar people as the traditional custodians of the land. My name is Indiana Baines and I'm a Year 11 Indigenous student here at Ken Street. I'm a proud Gurnai woman from Traralgon, Victoria. In Australia, the first week of July every year is used to celebrate National NAIDOC Week. It recognises the rich history, culture and achievements of both Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. NAIDOC Week is an amazing opportunity for all Australians to learn and support the First Nations' rich culture and histories. The 2023 NAIDOC theme is For Our Elders. Across every generation, our elders have played and continue to play an important role and hold a prominent place in our communities and families. They are cultural knowledge holders, trailblazers, nurturers, advocates, teachers, survivors, leaders, hard workers, and most importantly, our loved ones. Our loved ones who pick us up in our low moments and celebrate us in our high ones, who cook us a feed to comfort us and pull us in the line when we need them to. They guide our generations and pave the way for us to take the paths we can today. Guidance, not only through generations of advocacy and activism, but in everyday life and how to place ourselves in the world. We draw strength from their knowledge and experience in everything from land management, cultural knowledge to justice and human rights. Across multiple sectors like health, education, the arts, politics, and everything in between, they have set the many courses we follow. The struggles of our elders help us to move forward today. The equality we continue to fight for is found in their fight. Their resilience and strength has carried the survival of our people. It is their influence and through their learnings that we have the responsibility to ensure that when it comes to future decision making for our people, there is nothing about us without us. We honour the wisdom and pay the respects to elders past and present.
Thank you, Lindy. Mr. Michael Goss will now present an award to a Clontarf Academy student.
Thanks, Peter. I'd just like to start by thanking Peter and the dancers for their performance today. It takes a lot of courage to get up and do that, so well done. I'd like to thank Mr Lynch for organising this special assembly and Mr Kirkwood and the ACS FWP Working Party for arranging the NAIDOC Week activities here at Kent Street Senior High School. I'm especially looking forward to the staff and student football match on Thursday. Fingers crossed the students can put in a more credible performance than the Eagles did at the SCG on Saturday. Josh Rachucci is talking up a big game. Hopefully he can back it up. Promises to be good fun. On behalf of the Kent Street Clontarf Academy, I'm here to present a Junior and Senior Clontarf Spirit Award. At Clontarf, we constantly talk to the boys about three critical things, which are attend school, go to class, and be a good bloke. And we think both recipients epitomise this. The Junior Clontarf Spirit Award goes to a fella who attends all our training sessions, gets involved in all our activities, and finished this term with 99% attendance. And that goes to Punchy, Year 7 student David Punch. David here. See me slowly. We might present that to David later on. The Senior Clontarf Spirit Award goes to a fellow who was a real leader in the making and just happens to be co-hosting this assembly. Like David, he absorbed himself into all our activities and is a tremendous asset to the Academy. He too finished term 2 with attendance of 99%, and this goes to Dita Cracker. Dita receives this All-Star Basketball Singlet, so well done, mate.
congratulations to all winners. Ms. Stacey Tyler and Ms. Rebecca Salenza, Follow the Dream tutors, will now present their awards. Can I ask Ms. Rachel to present the certificates?
Okay, I have the privilege of presenting some Follow the Dream Awards to lower school students. This is for achieving the highest attendance and tutoring hours during semester 1. So the first award winner is Cleo Garner. Our next award winner, Bronson Dan. And our last lower school award winner, Sienna Basto.
And I have the upper school, so Walter Scott, Daniel Dodd, and Indiana Baines. So well done to all these students for turning up every Monday, Thursday and all their tutoring during the week. Well done and keep up the good effort.
Thank you, Ms. Tyler, Ms. Salenza and Ms. Rachel, and congratulations to both nominees and award winners. Mr. Guy Copewood will now announce the Kent Street 2023 Kent Street NAIDOC Awards and NAIDOC activities planned for the week. Mr. Lynch will assist in presenting the awards.
Thank you, Dita. Kaya, it's a pleasure to speak to you from Wajak Noongar Boja. Before I begin, I'd like to thank Mr. Ugal for his welcome to country. It's a real honour to teach and live on Wajak Noongar land and to work with students here from the many Aboriginal nations across this land, not only during NAIDOC week, but at all times. So, Mr. Ugal talked a bit about education and culture, and I think it's really fitting because it's so important, not just to the past, but also as a way forward towards true reconciliation, true healing and true equality. I'd also just like to acknowledge the other staff on the Aboriginal Cultural Standards Framework Working Party. So that includes our co-chair, Ms. Claire McDormand, Ms. Stacey Tyler, Ms. Rebecca Salenza, Mr. Craig Lynch, Mrs. Celine Turton, amongst others. And finally, but certainly not least, the students themselves. We've had 25 nominations from staff for the NAIDOC Awards this year. That's by far a clear record. And it's a great testament to these young people that not only do they show up and take the opportunity of education, but they give back so much to this school, academically, culturally, and through their wonderful individuality. So thanks for being the wonderful young people that you are. So I will announce the nominees first, followed by the winners of each award. Could the winners only please come to the stage to collect their awards directly after being called. So for our Wooditch Marmon Year 7 and Year 8 award, our nominees included Hayden Marquand, nominated by Ms. Hawes, Hal Collard, nominated by Mr. Holmes, Ms. Hunt, Ms. Hegarty, Ms. Gordon and Ms. Tyler, Josh Sandura, nominated by Ms. Wibawanto, Ms. Tyler, Ronan Shorter, nominated by Ms. Tatishi, Clint Isaacs, nominated by Ms. Yamaguchi, Mr. Crook, Mr. Wilkinson and Ms. Trewayne, Abdi Malik Igal Dare, nominated by Mr. Lynch, Eli Heatley, nominated by Mrs. Ralph, Ms. Booth and Ms. Tyler. And the winner is Clint Isaacs. Well done. For the Wooditch Yoga for Year 7 and Year 8, our nominees were Olivia Garlett, nominated by Ms. Green, Mr. Crook, Mrs. Middleton and Mrs. Ralph, Ashley Morrison, nominated by Ms. Tatishi, Vicky Edwards, nominated by Ms. Yamaguchi, Mr. Crook, Mrs. Heaney Norton and Mr. Lynch, Rain Humphreys, nominated by Ms. Anderson, Ms. Gordon, Ms. Green and Ms. McDormand, Sienna Bastow, nominated by myself and Ms. Tyler, Ebony Quartermain, nominated by Ms. Wilkinson, and Maya Hardy, nominated by Ms. Gordon. And the winner is Rain Humphreys. Well done. Our Wooditch Marmon for Year 9 and Year 10, the nominees were Archie Scari, nominated by Ms. Hawes, Malachi Truscott, nominated by Ms. Evans and Ms. Wilkinson, Damien Abbott, nominated by Mrs. Gibson, Stephen Elwell, nominated by Mrs. Gibson, Mr. Lynch and Ms. Gibson, Leon Yappo, nominated by Mr. Lynch, Ms. Yule, Mr. Holmes, Ms. Trewayne and Ms. Tyler, Jaden Lowe, nominated by Ms. Tyler, Jason Davey, nominated by Mr. Aldridge, Harrison Warner, nominated by myself as well as Ms. Tyler, and finally Alex McPherson, nominated by Ms. Trewayne. And our winner for the Wooditch Marmon for Year 9 and 10 is Leon Yappo. Is Leon here today? Our Wooditch Yoga for Year 9 and 10, the nominees were Uni Hurd, nominated by Ms. Curry, Destiny Mippy, nominated by Ms. Evans, Mr. Lynch, Mr. Aldridge, Mr. Hugo and Ms. Tyler, Shaylease Nelson, nominated by Ms. Anderson and Ms. Trewayne, Cleo Garner, nominated by Ms. Yule and Ms. Tyler, Wintana Woods, nominated by Mr. Floyd and Mr. Wilson and Mr. Holmes, Jessie Morrison, nominated by Mr. Wilkinson, and Healy Dodd, nominated by Ms. Booth. And the winner for the Wooditch Yoga Year 9 and 10 is Destiny Mippy. Well done, Destiny. Our Muditch Marmon for Year 11 and Year 12, the nominees were Jaden Costanzo, nominated by Ms Green, Ms Everett and Ms Tyler. Elijah Dare, nominated by Ms Hewitt and Mr Gibbon. Peter Deassis, nominated by Mr Lynch, Mr Wilson and Ms Tyler. Dita Cracker, nominated by Mr Lynch, Mr Floyd and Mr Wilkinson. Carl Roach, nominated by Mr Lynch and Mr Aldrich. Walter Scott, nominated by Ms Yule and Mr Dowd. And Jordan Elwell, nominated by Mr Dowd. And our winner for the Muditch Marmon Year 11 and Year 12 was Peter Deassis. For the Muditch Yoga for Year 11 and Year 12, the nominees included Linda Garland, nominated by Ms Hawes, Mr Dowd and Mr Aldridge. Emily Brand, nominated by Ms Green, Ms Yule and Ms Nichols. Mr Nichols. Indiana Baines, nominated by Ms Hewitt, Ms Wibawanto, Mr Lynch, Mr Mackenzie, Ms Wilkinson, Ms Gordon, Ms Booth and Ms Tyler. Hannah Garlett, nominated by Ms Hunt. Jada Morrow, nominated by Mr Wilson and Mrs Middleton. And Marley Sanjuro, nominated by Ms Naidoo. And the winner for the Muditch Yoga for Year 11 and Year 12 is Linda Garlett. So well done to these students. Could we please give them one final round? So I'd also like to take the opportunity to let you know about the other events we have planned for NAIDOC Week. So we started a colouring in competition using the official NAIDOC Week poster designed by Bobby Lockyer from Kariyara Country up in Port Hedland. So I'd like to just congratulate the winners and you can collect your award from me later on after the assembly. So that was Shawang Penjor, Kaylee Abbott, Lainey McKee, Willie Wilson, Evelyn McLaughlin, Jaden Candido, Indiana Baines, and Kieran Sylvie. These are our joint winners of the competition. Please come and see me after the assembly to get your canteen voucher. Their work is on display on the electrical exhibit at the library, so please do go and have a look at their wonderful pieces. So we also have this official NAIDOC Assembly, and just afterwards there's going to be a morning tea in the staff room for parents, so I do welcome you to come down and join us, please, for that. Also this NAIDOC week, tomorrow we have yarning circles occurring during homeroom. This is inspired by this year's theme for our elders. So staff and students will be having a yarn to discuss and share stories about important elders or significant people in our lives. On Wednesday, there's going to be yonka stew or kangaroo stew at lunchtime in the canteen pod. Please bring a $2 donation for that. So that's the canteen pod at lunchtime. And then on Thursday, there's our NAIDOC football match, staff versus students, which is starting at lunchtime on Thursday and continuing through period 5. Now, just for the students, there will of course be school-wide detention if students don't let staff win that game, so just keep that in mind. Also on the oval during the match, there will be face painting run by some of our yoga mob. So thank you very much. I'll now hand over to Mr. Lynch and Border One. See you later.
Thanks very much, Mr. Kirkwood. Mr. Kirkwood's wonderful co-chair of the Aboriginal Education Working Party, puts a lot of work in. You see the work is much appreciated. Thank you to all the members, and well done to all the people that got nominated for awards. 25 people nominated for, or students nominated for awards is fabulous, as well as all the other students in Clontarf and Follow the Dream. We have some wonderful programs going for our Aboriginal students, and they're really working well and achieving great things at Kent Street. We're very proud of them. Can I just acknowledge Peter and the NAIDOC dancers? They put a lot of work into that performance, lots of practices, and I thought it was fabulous. So big round of applause, they're up the back. It's wonderful to see so many of our Aboriginal parents and caregivers today, and we invite them to a special morning tea that will take place immediately after the Assembly. So I'd ask the official party, I'll ask if we sit quietly for students, as the official party will leave the stage and head up to the morning tea, and I'd like the parents and their children can follow them as well. Thank you.